Welcome to Satoshi Economy, honest global crypto news and info, where the message is more important than the messenger. Facebook's global coin update. There's been, a continuing news about the event of the creation of the global coin. Today we'll discuss that, some of the advances in the news, and also just to discuss just from a principle standpoint, or from even a theoretical standpoint, or a societal standpoint, a philosophical standpoint, even the notion of what the global coin even involves. Today we heard, and it was announced that Uber, PayPal, Visa, Mastercard have joined forces to help to launch this global coin, and they'll each invest about $10 million. And if you just Google that, you'll find out. And the $10 million figure has to do with a verification system or process using nodes. But basically, they also announced that they're going to try to fund the project with $1 billion. So if you take $10 million times 100, that would equal $1 billion, and that is a way that they'll fund the project, which will substantiate the verification process of all the coins and enable the system essentially to have a verification base. And the system, well, it's interesting that like Uber, which has disrupted the taxi industry, is using a disrupting thing like or getting into the global coin. Because they are, I mean, seriously, this thing, I want to get some of the movement behind me. It's such a beautiful day out here. I'm up, obviously, by a golf course here, but I love golf. I was a caddy when I was like 13 years old, carrying 2 bags on my shoulders, sometimes doing doubles. You all know about the Caddyshack movie, the one where Rodney Dangerfield has the big old golf bag that's twice as big as the caddy, or 5 times as big as the caddy. Push a button, and the driver will come out and he pulls out the boom box and everything. But I digress. I lost track here. But the notion of Uber using or getting into global coin will, I mean, seriously, there's so few amount of people right now who have any idea, have never even heard. I mean, and understandably so, it's brand new and such, but this is going to launch, and then everybody's going to know about it. But right now, really hardly anyone knows about it. It really is going to disrupt in an area that is so important, because it has to do with finances, it has to do with money. And so, of course, it's going to be highly controversial, highly newsworthy, highly, have a lot of high interest. We all globally, or in almost every corner of the earth, is going to know about global coin within days, 30, 60, 90 days, because it has to do with money. There's hardly anything that people regard as more important than money. I regard time as more important than money, and I try to develop interest or issues or the philosophies or practices of people using their money to free up their time, and that's the path I'm about and what I'm doing presently. And as part of that, that's why I report on things that I believe are of great interest or prominence or effect. And certainly the global coin, I want to be very, very clear here. I am not necessarily promoting global coin. What I'm doing is promoting the news of it to aid or assist you and help you to make the best decision for yourself. Essentially, it's a stable coin. It'll be able to be used on the internet, on the platform of Facebook, also Instagram, and WhatsApp. And it'll come out firstly in like a beta, and then 12 countries, they say, and then it'll break open to larger countries. I mean, in one respect, I do respect Facebook's modus operandi in announcing this and doing this. I mean, I chuckle though, because they really don't have everybody's trust. Can we just be real here? But they're coming across with new products. They're promoting new products at a recent conference, launching, and they've got some new innovations on their platform. But they're promoting this idea that whatever's good for you, or this branding that whatever's good for the customer. And I mean, I do appreciate that, but I think that they're saying, part of the reason why they're saying that is because they don't have a choice. I mean, seriously, when you look at it from that respect or from that aspect, if they're going to be catering to or providing services for billions of people, then even though they would want to do things in a particular way to advance their own greedy desires or plans, they will be not, I don't want to say caught, but they will be redirected by just the great publicity that this entails. And the reason why this is really so important globally is, it's simply numbers. There's billions of people potentially that can be affected by this. Now, I just want to ask a question. If you say we're in an Uber and you had the choice whether to use, slide your card, Mastercard, pay a 1.5% fee, or even like a nominal fee, or the choice of using your Facebook app and without even like just airdropping, or just air swiping, and it might cost you 50 cents. Which one would you choose? And the second one, the 50-cent one, would be much, much quicker. But it would also have all the accountability. Now, I have no idea what the fees are going to be. I'm just saying generally that it's going to be less expensive using Globalcoin than using your own Mastercard. So just as a matter of money, you can't argue that you should use something that's more expensive, or it'd be a difficult argument to say, hey, use the more expensive one, use the less expensive one. So just from a human nature standpoint, it's going to be very, very popular in that respect. So, but I don't necessarily promote it, but I could see myself using it in a small degree, so to speak, throwing $100 on there, a few $100 on there, but not in a large degree. And I say that because I know what my human nature is. I've already been doing it. My son will message me on the Facebook Messenger from high school, say, hey, Dad, can you shoot me $20? I got to get a bus card. Boom. Because we got, the two of us have each bank account lined up on that Facebook Messenger. And seriously, you do it, it does take a minute or two to punch all the numbers, but as soon as you press enter, boom, it's there. It costs zero. And that has been existent for a few years already. And the thing about that is that it was not existent outside, I think, of the contiguous USA, the 48 states. I may be a bit mistaken there, but it essentially wasn't available outside of the US. Now, the Globalcoin will enable something like that, and that's what is also so huge about it, is because now it will connect internet money on the internet. This, wow. Seriously, monumental. And the reason why Facebook is able to do it is because of their sheer popularity and the sheer backing, and also the wise moves that they've made. Come on, you got that kind of money, you can pay for some of the best of the best of the best, and that's what they've done, and that's what they will continue to do. Yet, being very, very clear, this stable coin, this currency, this digital currency called Globalcoin, is nothing at all like a purist kind of cryptocurrency. The main reason being is that it's closed in a sense it's controlled by a very, very few people, whereas the whole notion of cryptocurrencies is there's no officer or no office, it's a mathematical equation, but people can use it. It's an internet protocol that obeys the mathematical design, and we just utilize it by utilizing the internet. That's kind of a very, very simple short way of saying it, but in giving this update, I just want to, as I mentioned, just be clear that it's going to rock, and they have some very big names and big companies involved, as makes sense. It's going to be coming pretty soon. I didn't think it was going to come this soon, because initially they were saying that they were going to launch to 12 countries in the beginning of 2020, and now I think that's likely going to take place more or earlier. It will be convenient. It will disrupt. Because principally, or essentially what it does is it will enable people to transact without banks. Facebook will garner much, much money. Because it's a stable coin, it means that it will Facebook will essentially be a custodian of these large sums of money. I'm sure it will go into the billions, tens of billions very, very quickly. And then since it's parked there, it will likely be with some member bank of the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve will give interest on that, is what some of the reports are saying, 2.35%. So on $10 billion, that's $235 million. Now, I haven't figured out yet if that's daily, monthly, annually, or one time, or what. I can't make sense of that yet. So, but they will, no matter who it's with, just kind of the law of economics, if you have your money here, and especially large sums of it, well, we who are holding it, we'll shoot you some interest payments on that. but it is definitely going to happen, and they're trying to jumpstart. They are essentially jumpstarting some very, very important digital currency events that have been taking place for 10 years since Bitcoin came online to the world, January 3rd, 2009. And it's gotten to a point after 10 years that there is, I mean, I can't even say how many things are going on in the infrastructure in all of the countries that are involved, and all of the highly connected, and what the central banks are saying, what the governments are saying, what stock markets are saying. I mean, that's a whole other thing. I mean, Facebook's getting involved. JP Morgan has JP Morgan coin. They've been transferring cross-border payments with that digital currency in their closed garden for months already. There are a few sovereign nations who have their own crypto. It's gotten to the point where if governments don't get involved in it, and people and other companies are like, it's kind of like this. If I need something fixed on my phone or on some technological device, who do I go to? Of course, my kids. You know what I'm saying. And we got to respect the millennials. We got to respect Generation Z. They live in a world where there has never been no internet. That's what Generation Z is, I understand, is they were born and they've never known a world where there's no internet, so they know about these things. And simply put, the money is catching up to internet or technology, instead of being cash in our pocket, or having to use banks who design ways to rent money, or to get rents from money, or steal money from the people who are giving it to them. I mean, gosh, put 1,000 in the bank, you're going to give me 0.00 whatever percent for a year. Are you kidding me? Oh man. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you very, very much for your time. I just wanted to update with a few things. I'm sure I'm going to update some more in a few days, so please stay tuned to that. I want to encourage you to check out the show notes. I have a habit of typing some storyline backing up more deeply what you really can't say in a video, and of course the hyperlinks for everyone. I mean, that's really a service that I just have to, I can't go without. I mean, it's got to be part of each and every one of my videos, some way in the show notes where you can click on some related stories that I link to the video. So check those out, and I hope your golf game is doing good, and you're working on the fade, and especially the short game. That'll really help your putting game as well. Hashtag love all, serve others, and just wish you peace until next time. And please like and subscribe. I'll appreciate it very, very much. Until next time, peace.